you. There, right away. He's going right for him. What is that?
I thought it was a mouse.
Tig?
Get out of here, Tiggs! Yelling at me, this is my room.
Oh my God.
Carrie here from HomesteadHow. Welcome to day 48. Today, we're cleaning up HomesteadHow's Homestead JunkYard. We have two vehicles that are sitting here, our old plow truck and an old minivan that died about a year ago. We found someone that wants to purchase them, so I got to put some air in the tire of one. I got to get the other one ready to go. The guy's going to come tomorrow, and we told him we're not going to interact with him. We're just going to leave the title there, and he can leave the money in the mailbox. It's going to be nice to get this thing out of here. See the green minivan over there. Head gasket went out on it last year. Luckily, we only paid $1,200 for it. I think we probably averaged about $100 per month. I know we got over a year's worth of use out of that before the head gasket went. Most of our vehicles last longer than that, but this one only lasted about a year. Head gasket went on it. Alright, so this is our ugly Barnacle, our plow truck we've had for 3 years. It's done a great job for us. It's got a really nice plow on it. We're selling it. You can see the whole bad shape. The chains tore this up pretty bad. The back glass is broken. There are two 55-gallon barrels in here filled with water. Put some nice weight in here, and there's a full-size spare tire back there. I have the key in the ignition. Turn the key forward, and then you push this button down here. This slides in here. You push that in.
Yeah, so I picked all this up from Tractor Supply. I got a whole bunch of it just because I knew it was going to go quickly. But they have no interaction. All you got to do is call.
What, do they bring it right out?
They will bring it right out. They don't even come to your window. You just call and tell them what spot you're in for you. No. Yeah. He is a mean one. Oh, he's going after him again. Look at that. You can't hurt him! Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, she's still going after him. Don't hurt her. She doesn't know any better. Oh, there, right away. He's going right for him. Here he comes. Look out! Oh my gosh. So while Carrie's doing that, I'm going to show you my plants are definitely growing. And my temperature gauge in here says it's almost 60, so it's pretty warm in here. I think it's warmer in here than it was in my house where I had them.
Alright, so we got the two cars ready to go. We got all the feed loaded into the greenhouse. One thing that we like to do as homesteaders is salvage stuff and reuse it. Well, we have this PlayStation 3 in our house. We actually have a PlayStation 4. This is our old PlayStation 3. This thing's 15 years old, maybe 10, 15 years old. I haven't used it in a couple of years, and I just got it fired up. I don't have a controller for it, but I have this broken PS4 controller where one of these top buttons don't work that I was able to sync up to this. So this has been sitting in our closet. Now I'm going to hook it up in our camper. We can use it to watch movies, Blu-rays, YouTube, whatever, while we go camping.
Okay, it's freezing.
Plus I've got this one game for it, this golfing game that I'm hoping still works. Go back by this messy bed that I've made 14 times, but people just keep lounging in.
What is that?
I thought it was a mouse.
Tig?
Get out of here, Tiggs! Yelling at me, this is my room.
Oh my god, where is he?
Who let him in here?
Tig, are you stuck? Is he stuck? He's
Okay.
stuck. Hold this.
Come on, Tiggy, Tiggy, Tiggy.
Tig! Come on! Tig, we're not going anywhere. Come on.
Tig, you want to go camping?
Tig, come on.
You push this switch over. If you look down here, it says off is that way, so it's on right now. And then you put it to the temperature you want. We want it at 71 degrees.
Probably about 80. Come on, Tig.
Now you wait for it to blow up.
Baby.
We got the furnace going now because Jen's cold.
I'm freezing.
All right, let's hook this PS3 up once and for all. So we have this.
You know, most people when they camp, Carrie, they don't need games and TV and all that stuff. They kind of camp to get away from all that stuff.
Well, I thought you married me because I'm not most people. I guess I was wrong.
You sure are something, but I don't know.
So I have the PS3 all loaded. I had to reset it. There was a bunch of old stuff on there. Like I said, this thing was like 10 years old. But I have it working now. And I tested out a game that worked. I'm getting YouTube updated and Netflix updated. But I think this is going to work really well. If we eventually go on a camping trip, we want to rent like a red box, Blu-ray disc or DVD. We could play it right in here. We can hook up to internet if we go to a campsite and watch Netflix and YouTube right on the TV. So I'm really happy we're able to reuse that. The other cool thing is I've got this old PS4 controller I mentioned before, and it is still working, and I'm just charging it now, but it runs cordlessly as well. So we don't have cords hanging around. You can sit on the couch back here, put your feet up, watch some TV, use the controller, play a game, or watch a movie. All right, so we've touched on this thing in one or two videos in the past. We really like this thing after using it for several months now. It's a Blue Eddy Max Oak. It's a portable power station. You can think of it like a big battery that you can plug 120 volts into, just like you would your house. You could plug a TV and a PlayStation in. We've done that. You can plug in lights. You could plug in a drill if you're out in the woods and you need 120 volts. It also has DC output, so you can charge all of your phones. And it has a cigarette lighter, so if you have a cigarette adapter like this, you can plug that in and charge your phone or device that way. It's really cool. It's got DC out, AC out. We've got it charged up, so it's got 100% now. We've used this for hours in here with the TV and the Amazon Fire Stick. We went camping and did a day trip. We had this thing running for 6 hours, and it wasn't even down to half a battery yet. So it's pretty cool. Now we have a generator in the camper, but if I don't want to fire up a big 4,000 watt generator and have that loud thing running with gas and fumes coming out of it, we're just going to run a TV and a DVD player. We'll just hook this up to it. So this thing works really good. The company that sent it to us gave us a link so that our viewers could get a discount. So we're going to leave that link in the description below and check it out if you're interested. So it's a really cool thing. The other thing, it comes with, you can plug it in. After the battery starts going down, you can plug it in your house overnight and it'll charge that battery back up. But it also comes with cords to plug it into a solar panel. We've got a couple of solar panels on our homestead, and we could set this by our solar trailer and just have those panels plug right into this and recharge it for you. So it's kind of like a portable little generator. And if you're going camping or out in a tent or anything, it's a great thing to have. So if you're new to our channel, we purchased this camper about a week before everything went south here in the US. I'm really happy we purchased it. We purchased it off season, and I think we got it for a really fair price. And the more I'm spending time in it, the more I'm really happy that we did purchase it. There's so many systems in place on here. If you follow our channel, my dad and I built 2 tiny houses over the last 5 years or so. The last one we built was a really, really nice tiny house. It had a washer, dryer, combo, refrigerator, all that stuff in there. Much nicer than this camper, but this just gave me a whole new appreciation for things. We had a lot of, I guess, systems in that tiny house, but there's even more in this camper. For example, we have propane. The propane powers the cook stove. It also powers a propane furnace, much like you'd have in your house, just a smaller version at the back of the camper. I have that running now, and it is nice and warm in here. 10 minutes, and it gets super warm in here. The propane also powers our refrigerator. So this refrigerator is a combo. It'll run on 12 volts, 120 volts if you're plugged in or using the generator, or it'll run on propane. So you have that system with the propane. Then you have the water. You can hook the water up just to a hose and then use that water pressure, like if you're at a campsite. But in addition to that, there's a water tank in here that you can fill up with water and then have water on the go. So while you're driving, you can run a water pump, and you could use the shower, or you could use the sink or the bathroom and have water. And then that, in terms of systems, that water then goes into a gray water tank. So you could store the old water until you have somewhere to get rid of it. Then in addition to that, you have a separate black water tank for the toilet. So if you have a camper, you're probably like, well, yeah, duh. But it's kind of amazing as I'm learning all these things, all the different systems in here. Then we've got this whole control panel over here. At the push of a button, I can fire up the 4,000 watt generator that'll power this whole thing, and it just uses gas from the gas tank. So that's a really cool feature. Right now we're plugged into our grid electrical. If you're at a campsite, you'd be plugged in, but if you're on the road, like the other day we took this to Walmart, we wanted electricity, so I pushed that switch, 4,000 watts, everything comes on, and you've got full electrical power. So you've got a whole electrical system, the whole propane system, the whole water system. It's then we got an air conditioner up here. You got an air conditioner from the truck cab that works really well, and you've got heat from the truck cab. But for the whole back unit here, you can fire up this air conditioner. Works great, runs off the generator or off the 120 volts. So I'm just kind of learning as we go here. When I built the tiny house, we had some of those systems, not all of them. Because we built that, I was very familiar with all of those. Because I purchased this, we had a lot to learn. The previous owner wasn't using any of these things. He didn't have the propane on at all. It wasn't working. So I've learned a lot as I've been going, but it's pretty cool. It's like a portable little house. Has everything you can imagine you'd need in a house. And we're calling it our little quarantine camper. We're really looking forward to taking it on a camping trip.